Hello and welcome. I'm Maria Ressa. This is your 6 p.m. wrap. During a privileged speech at the Senate Monday, Vice Presidential candidate Bongbong Marcos calls for eternal vigilance to protect people's votes. His camp says they intend to challenge each certificate of canvass scrutinized by Congress. Marcos accused rival Leni Robredo of cheating. Robredo enjoys a slim lead over Marcos in the unofficial count.
Smartmatic's Marlon Garcia, a Venezuelan national, admitted entering a new script or computer command in the PPCRV transparency server during the transmission of results from our canvassing boards nationwide. It was after this particular act of computer programming wizardry that votes for this representation started to slow down, and the votes for another candidate started to accelerate at an unprecedented and linear rate of 45,000 votes for every additional 1% of votes counted.
Senator Bam Aquino interpolates Marcos after his speech. Aquino, who was Robredo's campaign manager, questions Marcos's motives for wanting to scrutinize COMELEC data.
You're saying it yourself that any accusation must be backed up with the proper data, with the proper numbers. And currently, Mr. President, right now, your assertions on the transparency server, is there any data, or you are merely calling for opening up of the server for scrutiny, Mr. President? You talked about, I think, around 8 p.m. when when the trend started to go against you and for Congresswoman Robredo. And I'd just like to mention, Mr. President, for the record, that numerous academicians have actually said that there is nothing irregular about that.
Follow Rappler.com for continuing updates. Former Justice Secretary Leila de Lima will be the overall consultant of Vice Presidential candidate Leni Robredo's legal team before she assumes her post as Philippine Senator. Congress is preparing to canvass votes for the 2016 elections. Sitting as the National Board of Canvassers, Congress will proclaim the winning president and vice president. As you heard, rival Bongbong Marcos accuses the Robredo camp of cheating, but Robredo's lawyer, Romulo Macalintal, says Marcos does not have proof. De Lima was an election lawyer before joining government. Pastor Apollo Quiboloy says he would not use his 30-year friendship with President-elect Rudy Duterte to interfere with national interest. This after Quiboloy voiced his concern with Duterte's cabinet appointments and his restricted access to the president-elect. He says, quote, "Even if I am a friend, if I am the one getting in the way of national interest, I will be the one to lead." Quiboloy, the founder of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ, says he wants to correct the impression he would benefit from his friendship with Duterte in a way that harms the public good. Finance Secretary Cesar Purisima says he met with his successor, Carlos Dominguez, Friday to plan a smooth transition of power. The Finance Department says it's preparing a transition document containing the progress reports of all its clusters. Purisima calls Dominguez an esteemed businessman and public servant with an excellent track record. Dominguez served as Agriculture Secretary under the Cory Aquino administration. Veteran Filipino actress Jaclyn Jose wins Best Actress at the Cannes Film Festival Sunday. Jose plays a mother forced to sell drugs in Brillante Mendoza's independent film, Marosa. She's the first Filipino to win the Best Actress award. Jose says she didn't expect to win and was only looking forward to being with her daughter, Andy, who's also in the film. Jose first gained fame in the 80s for skin flicks, but proved to be a versatile actress from comedies, horror, to soap operas. She appeared in Mendoza's first movie, The Mansour, 11 years ago, and Service, which competed in Cannes in 2008. Afghan intelligence confirms Taliban leader Mullah Akhtar Mansour died in a U.S. drone attack in Pakistan. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry says Mansour posed an imminent threat to U.S. personnel, Afghan civilians, and security forces. He was said to be returning from Iran under the name Mohammed Wali when the attack happened. His death comes after U.S., China, Pakistan, and Afghanistan held negotiations over reviving peace talks between the Afghan government and the Taliban. That's your 6 p.m. wrap. I'm Maria Ressa. Join us again tomorrow for the day's top news. Remember, tomorrow begins today.